BVGAN, and today I'm going to show you a recipe that I make while I travel. It's a vegan kind of thing that you can do basically anywhere. If you don't have a kitchen, it's really easy to make if you can just find some hot water. I, traveling all the time, normally bring with me a hot kettle. This is not the hot kettle that I normally bring, it's smaller, but still I use it for so many things to cook in rooms where I don't have access to a kitchen. Quinoa is something that you can make obviously on the stove at any time, and it's actually really quick to just cook up and eat right away. And the good thing about it is it's easy to eat on the go as well. So let me show you a little bit about what I've got here. I just went to Trader Joe's. This is organic. This is red quinoa. There is a white, kind of creamy colored quinoa and a black quinoa. The important thing to know when you're cooking this is to do 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa. And I'm going to make it up in my thermos. This particular thermos holds about 2 cups of water, maybe a little bit more, but I don't want it to overflow and I want the lid shut. So 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa. And I'm going to experiment today and put a little bit of this Rapunzel vegetable broth, which is non-GMO and completely organic. It's just dried spices and vegetables. I'm just going to use a little bit of that because I don't want the sodium to be too high. The first thing you have to do when you're making this is actually put boiling water in the thermos to heat the thermos up. So I've already done that. And I'm just going to let it sit for a little bit while I tell you a little bit about why quinoa is good for you. So it's kind of a thing that has come about recently that everybody's like excited about, kind of like a buzz superfood kind of deal, but it's been around for thousands of years and people in South America have been eating it for many years. It's actually a seed, it's not a grain, but it fits under the umbrella of whole grain. What's good about it and why I think it's really good for people to try out is it's an alternative to brown rice or pasta or couscous. If you're just looking to try a different kind of thing to eat, any of the things you could make with pasta or brown rice or couscous you could do with quinoa as well. It's high in fiber, it's high in protein, it's gluten-free, it has a low glycemic index, it actually helps with speeding up your metabolism, and it's loaded with antioxidants, which is really great. It's something that we always want to look for in the foods that we eat. So when I make this while I'm traveling, basically anywhere I go I can find some kind of salad bar, so I can load up on as many fresh greens as possible, but sometimes you just want something warm and you don't want to eat something that's like swimming in butter or oil. I don't anyways, and I don't think that it's healthy for you. And if you want to keep your options vegan, sometimes you just don't know what they're putting on the vegetables or what they're putting on the grains. It could be chicken stock, which, then is not vegan, or it could be full-on butter, also not vegan. So this is a surefire way to make sure that you're sticking to what you want to do with your diet and your lifestyle as far as being vegan, and it's an easy way to incorporate more fiber and just a seed, a grain into what you're eating. You can eat it for breakfast as kind of like an oatmeal and make it like you would make any kind of porridge or oatmeal dish. You can eat it with beans. You can make, the possibilities are really endless. But you can do, if you're at home, for example, you can make like homemade pesto with basil and use that instead of pasta, and that's actually really good. But for the purposes of traveling, normally I'll have this with some beans. So if anybody's looking through the x-ray machine at my bag, they'll see a hot kettle, they'll see a can opener, normally a few cans of beans, a bag of quinoa, some oatmeal. I just always try and keep stuff with me in case I don't have the options, which, especially in foreign countries, a lot of times you just don't know what you're going to be eating. So this is something that I can eat. So let me show you what to do. So I put hot water in this. Important thing, you always want to rinse this because there are on the quinoa like a coating called saponin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And you want to rinse that off. It doesn't taste good and I don't think it's good for you. So since we have water, hot boiling water in here already, what I'm going to do is just pour this over the quinoa to rinse it one last time, and then we'll get started and I will show you what to do. obviously if I'm traveling, I don't carry a giant bowl with me and a strainer. It's going to be a lot messier than that, like in a hotel bathroom or something. But you just do what you got to do. You'll figure out some way to drain that and rinse it. I'm going to now put the cup of quinoa in here without making a giant mess, hopefully. Making a mess. I do normally bring a spoon and a fork with me though, because I don't like to use the plastic ones in something hot. And also, if I just have one, I'm not throwing a bunch of stuff away all the time. So that's in there. I'm gonna put, like I said, this is totally an experiment. We'll just see how it goes. A 1/4 teaspoon of the vegetable broth in there. And now I'm gonna put 2 cups of water to this 1 cup of quinoa. Ah. Just a mess, I am. Okay, I'm gonna stir it around, make sure it's all in there good. And now basically, just wait. So if you know that you're gonna be eating dinner at a certain time or you're not hungry yet, do it while you're not hungry. Otherwise you're gonna be waiting and, you know, being really hungry. So that actually, because the quinoa was in there, didn't take the full 2 cups of water, so we will see how it goes. I think it's still gonna be fine. Wait 45 minutes. You can just continually make sure your lid is tight, slosh it around. You're gonna hear water in there. There's a spoon at the top of this, that's what you just heard. And when you no longer hear water and you feel that it's kind of dense, it's ready. And that's it. So let's wait. 45 minutes has passed and let's see if this is cooked. I don't hear anything shaking like water sloshing around, so I think it's ready. Oh yeah, perfect. Check that out. Let's see how it tastes. You can tell that it's done by those little white things encircling every single seed. Really good. And actually, surprisingly, still really hot. So now what I would do is crack open a can of beans. I have black beans here, kidney beans, garbanzo beans, any kind of bean you want. Just make sure that it's organic if possible. And mix that together. Go find a salad bar somewhere with some spinach, maybe some salsa if you want to make it kind of a Mexican flair, or just be creative with your choices. If you're craving Italian, do something that's going to make it kind of have an Italian seasoning to it, or Mexican, or whatever it is that you're liking. There's so many things that you can make with this. It's amazing. And this is easy in a thermos, but it's really also quite easy in the stove, on the stovetop with a pot and everything like that. So there's lots of things you can cook in a thermos. This being one of them, oats being another. I'm sure there's more than that, but that's all I've tried. If you have any thermos recipes that you'd like to share, I would love to hear about them. So let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye.